Okay, Riveros, welcome to another video. This video is going to be a little bit different. So we're starting a series that we're going to do 3 videos a week, and this one is called Tackle Tuesday. I'm going to share my favorite types of tackle, favorite types of knots, all that fun stuff. We also have Tank Thursday, which Tank Thursday is going to be awesome as well. Show my tanks and ponds. We got Oscars, cichlids, all that jazz. We also have Fish Friday, which is talking about my favorite fish to catch, how I cook the fish, and all that stuff, and what type of season's best for the fish. So, I want to thank you guys so much for 600 subscribers. We just hit it. I think the 30th of October we hit it, and I'm super excited to try to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. That is my goal that I'm trying to hit. And right on top of that, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. I would really appreciate it. So, let's start this video. I'm going to talk about spoons for the first section of the video. So these are Johnson spoons. This one right here is a 1/4 ounce. And this is a silver version. I have a gold version as well. I'll show that off too. But with these, you really want to catch like Spanish mackerel, jack crevalle, bluefish, the occasional mangrove snapper, if you get lucky. So these ones are really good for targeting multi-species because some fish only like hitting top water, some fish only like hitting bottom. It really just depends. These ones are like medium action, I would say. So they'll go in the water just like this. You want to use a relatively light rod for a 1/4 ounce spoon, which I would personally use like a 6-foot rod with medium light action on it, just because it's the best for it. 2,000 to 4,000 size reel is pretty reasonable for it too. I would personally do 2,000 myself. But this one is a ounce. This one is a 1 ounce spoon. You can see the difference in the size between the two. It doesn't look like much far away, but it's pretty significant. So these ones you're just going for the bigger species. You will catch snook a little bit too with these bigger spoons because bigger bait, bigger spoons. These ones imitate Muhara a lot more than the tiny ones because Muhara are normally pretty big out in the ocean and Port Canaveral where we throw in these spoons. But my favorite knot to use with these things is I get so many comments asking what my favorite knot is and all of the fishing gear that I use. So this is why I started Tackle Tuesday in the first place. But I normally use a union knot. My favorite knot of all time is a union knot. It's super simple, super easy. It's like just easy to do. You have like barely any experience, you can do it, and that's why it's my favorite. So, now that we have spoons out of the way, let's talk about one of the highly controversial things in fishing, braided line versus monofilament. So, this is what braided line looks like. It looks like, it's basically like string. The best thing about, I'll do pros and cons about both, but the best thing about braid is it's really strong, stringy, and doesn't have any memory. So, if I could crumble this thing up a lot, and do that, it's not going to have much memory. It's not going to have memory. So it's going to go back pretty much straight like how it was. Like that. So this is braid. And my least favorite thing about braid is that rubbing on rocks can get pretty rough with it, and the wind knots you get with braid is crazy. I just did that right here and it was completely untangled. I just got it off my rod with braid. And you can just see, when I was rubbing that up, it got messed up, and it's like a nice bird knot right there. But braid is good for very light spoons, or like light lures generally. Crappie jigs, maybe a little bit of like a beetle grub, something. And then mono, which this is, by the way, this is 15-pound braid, and then this is 15-pound or 12-pound mono. So mono is pretty much the same idea. It's just plasticky compared to a string. So with this, my favorite thing about mono is it's a lot stronger on rocks, and it's a little bit on the easier to come side because braid is sometimes hard to find, which this is pretty cool because it has memory, which is sometimes really bad to have memory on something because you can see this line is not straight, it's like curled. When I go like this, it likes to curl up like this. This is mono with being on a spool for so long, which this is Tightline. I'll just give you guys a quick little thing to see what I'm using. And the pros about this is, like I said, a lot easier to come by, and then easier to use with lures, in my opinion, because lure fishing is very different than normal fishing, because you're constantly yanking that thing back and forth. Probably hit like 30 rocks on the way in sometimes, so it's a lot stronger on rocks and structure, especially fishing in like Port Canaveral areas with coral beds. And the only amazing thing that makes braid a little bit better for some reasons is that braid is super easy to tie knots. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to do like a little bit of a union knot or some sort. So I'm going to tie it like this. 1, this is just a little how-to union knot. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to make sure you got it look like this. And then you want to tie it, and your knot should look something like that. Very small, but it's super easy to do it like that, and you can just do multiple of them. That's why slip knots are also pretty good for braid, because it's super easy. Mono, on the other hand, or monofilament, is a little bit harder to tie, but it's pretty much the same thing. You want to, for a union knot, you want to go like this. Make sure you have a loop right here. Put it through the loop, and then you have your base. It should look like this when you start out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it should look like that if you did it right, and then pull it together. You see it's a little bit of a more profound knot, but pretty much same thing. So that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We'll see you guys next episode of River Rat Life.